Hey everyone, and welcome. What if I told you that you have a secret superpower that can make your writing clearer, stronger, and way more exciting? Well, you do. It's called punctuation. And to really see how powerful it is, we first have to see what happens when it goes missing.
So to prove my point, I've got a little challenge for you. I want you to try and read this next sentence out loud. You ready?
Vina, Mita Jane, and their friends decided to play Scrabble. What a great film that was. Whoa, right? It's just a jumble of words. It's super confusing, everything runs together, and you have no idea where one thought stops and the next one starts. This is exactly what writing looks like without our punctuation superpower.
But don't you worry, we are going to build your very own punctuation toolkit piece by piece. We're going to start with the tools that end our sentences. Then we'll add some for pausing and making lists. After that, we'll get into the special tools for showing who's talking. Then you'll get to try out your new skills before we take a look at your awesome completed toolkit.
All right, first up, the sentence enders. You can think of these like the stop signs of your writing. They tell your reader, hey, this idea is finished, take a breath before you move on to the next one.
So the first and most common tool in our kit is the full stop. It's the ultimate stop sign. You just pop it at the end of a sentence that's telling you something, a simple statement. For example, the sun shines brightly. Full stop. See? Simple, clear, and the thought is totally complete. Next in our toolkit, we've got the detective tool, the question mark. This one's super easy. You use it anytime you're asking something. It's like a little signal to your reader that you're looking for an answer. You know, like, where do you live? That little hook on the end changes everything.
And for times when you need to add some real punch, you grab the megaphone tool, the exclamation mark. This tool is all about big feelings. Use it for excitement, surprise, or even shock. Like in, hurrah, we have a holiday tomorrow. You can just feel the excitement in that sentence, can't you? And just look at the difference one little mark can make. The sentence before it just says, what a beautiful sight. Okay, it's a nice statement, but look at the after. What a beautiful sight. Boom! All of a sudden, you're not just saying it, you're feeling it. That's the power of the exclamation mark.
Okay, so we know how to stop. But what about controlling the speed inside a sentence? Well, that's where our pausers and listers come into play. These tools are all about creating a smooth rhythm for your reader.
Now, the comma is the absolute superstar of this group, and it has two big jobs. First, it acts like a little speed bump. It tells the reader to take a short pause, like in, the women walked fast, but they stopped to rest. That little pause makes it so much easier to understand. Its second job, to separate items in a list. For example, the leaves looked fresh, green, and pretty. Nice and tidy.
And here's a really cool one, the colon. I like to think of it as the drum roll tool. You use it to build up some excitement right before you reveal a list you just mentioned. For example, Mohit can speak 4 languages, English, Hindi, Bengali, and Malayalam. The colon basically says, get ready, here they come.
Our toolkit is getting pretty powerful, isn't it? We can stop sentences, pause them, and add excitement. Now, let's add a couple of special tools for some very specific jobs, like showing who owns what or quoting someone word for word. The apostrophe is another one of those tools that does double duty. First, it shows possession. That just means it tells you who something belongs to. Second, it helps us make contractions, which are basically just shortcuts for combining two words, like when we turn did not into didn't.
Let's see it in action, because this makes a huge difference. The first sentence, this is Rohit's house. It's kind of confusing. Is Rohit's a weird name? But the second we add that little apostrophe, it becomes Rohit's house. And just like that, we know the house belongs to Rohit. See how one tiny mark makes it all clear? And finally, let's grab our microphone tool, quotation marks. You use these whenever you want to show your reader the exact words someone else said. They're like a little picture frame around their speech, as in, Shakespeare said, sweet are the uses of adversity. You also use them for titles of things like poems or short stories.
You have built an amazing toolkit, so now it's time for you to become a punctuation pro. I'm going to throw a couple of broken sentences your way, and you're going to fix them with your new tools. Okay, here's your first challenge. Look at this sentence. The women's song was melodious. The song belongs to the women, right? So, where does that apostrophe go to show that? I'll give you a second to think about it.
Did you get it? It goes right after the N, the women's song. Now, this one's a little tricky. The word women already means more than one. So to show the song belongs to all of them, you just add an apostrophe S just like you would for one person. Awesome job! All right, you ready for round two? The sentence is, "What a great film that was." Now, this sounds like someone's really excited or impressed, don't you think? It's definitely not a question, and it's got more feeling than a simple statement. So which sentence ender do we need here?
You got it. We need the megaphone, the exclamation mark. What a great film that was. Now it has all that positive, excited feeling. And of course, don't forget that capital W at the beginning. Fantastic work.
And just like that, you did it. You are officially a punctuation pro. Let's take one final look at our amazing completed toolkit with this super handy guide.
And there it is, your entire toolkit in one spot. You've got the full stop for ending a simple thought, the question mark for asking, the exclamation mark for showing big feelings, the comma for pausing or listing things, the apostrophe for showing who owns what, and quotation marks to show exactly what someone said. Each one is a tool that gives your writing a special kind of power.
And that's really what this is all about. Punctuation isn't just some boring set of rules you have to follow. It's about making sure people understand you. It's about adding your own voice and feeling to your words. It's about being a powerful communicator.
So now you have the full toolkit. You know what every single tool does, and you know how to use it. The only question left is, what are you going to build? What amazing stories and brilliant ideas are you going to share with the world? Now go out there and get writing.